Badu is dangerous because she is somebody that uses these whole vibrations, spirituality, humanism to actually exonerate people and take away from the real injustice of what is happening. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Root to Roots.
So in this episode, we're about to talk about your fave,
Your
Miss
mama.
Miss Erykah Badu. That's your mama.
Well, people call her my mother, my worshipper, my
get soul queen.
Yeah,
the
conscious
whole thing,
queen.
conscious queen.
Yeah. Badu has basically defended R. Kelly,
Hitler,
XXX,
Cosby,
Kanye West as well.
at some point.
Yeah, and she's constantly going after people who have done horrendous things and trying to be the person who sees the good in everyone. But what she's actually doing is minimizing the violence of what these people have done, and in particular to black women and black children and so forth. You know, and
supporting those ideals, she just continues to perpetuate those ideals.
Definitely, and she minimizes them, and she minimizes the lived experiences and the violence that these people has faced. And Badu is important to bring up as a character, or rather is an interesting figure, because she represents so much, so what
she represents. Blackness, she represents neo soul, she represents culture, let's just say
like spirituality. And if you think about the views that she shares on social media and some of the people that she's defending after what they did, it completely goes against who she says she is, who she says she is, or who she's considered. And I think that's a very interesting thing to kind of uncover, because now we need to. It makes us more aware of what we're listening, of the people that we look up to a lot more. And I think that's a very crucial thing to do, because idolizing celebrities, idolizing influencers is dangerous. It's completely dangerous. One of the reasons that I find Badu is able to say some of these things and get away with it, is the fact that Badu is one of those people that kind of contributed to this whole woke aesthetic. Yeah. If you think about like what typically you would associate, and I'm speaking in terms of aesthetics now, because I also think aesthetics are a problem in our society. If you think about typically what would a pro-black, spiritual, I'm in tune with the gurus look like, it's Badu. And that has contributed to a lot of people taking after that aesthetic. A lot of people were inspired by the aesthetic. Some people were actually inspired by what it represents more than they were about what it looks like.
I think because of this like whole neo soul aesthetic of her, like people automatically ascribe this higher consciousness,
of course,
to her without actually thinking about like what she's actually saying.
Absolutely.
And stuff. So I think because of that whole aesthetic, we haven't been able to realize like how problematic her views actually are.
That's why I say with Erykah Badu is, and I like the reason why we chose Erykah Badu, because she's somebody that we can explain a lot of concepts by using Erykah Badu. And like you're saying, this
the problem surrounding it,
like this aesthetic thing that we have in our society as young people, it's a disease.
It is.
It's seriously a disease. People live off of social currency. And my thing is social currency as social media. So you feel like likes are currency. Likes are currency.
Literally.
Followers are currency. And my thing is, okay, sharp, it's great for other people, but my problem is that we start to put people on a pedestal based off of how they look and how they choose to perform their aesthetic. So I'm speaking about everything that is exterior without ever actually realizing.
Have a question to ask, and I think it's actually quite controversial, so I hope I don't get any backlash for this. But Badu basically emerged at a time where the struggle for black liberation was like a dominant thing in American society. So as a black artist, in order for your art to be considered relevant, you had to have this like pro-black subject matter to your work.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think Badu did that all in the name of like promoting herself? all in the name of just being, I don't know, up there. Because now she's become like the symbol of like blackness. Like we associate Badu with blackness, with
and
black
spirituality,
culture, with spirituality,
black spirituality.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
So do you think? I don't know.
So what? The question is, did Badu actually? Was this all orchestrated? Did Badu actually capitalize on what was happening at the time?
Exactly.
Wow, I don't know.
That's hectic. I don't know. Let us know what you know in the comments.
Yo, fuck. I think possibly because clearly, guys, evidently, fundamentally, as a person, based off of what she's saying, and I'm not just making this shit up. This shit is on the internet. The receipts are there. Based off of her beliefs. And my thing is, how can you exonerate somebody who is continuously raping and abusing black women?
Exactly.
I don't understand the logic behind that. My thing is, there's like the dangers of Badu is dangerous because she is somebody that uses these whole vibrations, spirituality, humanism to actually exonerate people and take away from the real injustice of what is happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a blanket statement over what she says. There is no nuance, there's no criticality, there's no justice that she's calling for. Nothing. And she's always running to the side of the perpetrators of the violence. I don't understand why she is so obsessed. She is so obsessed. Why is she so concerned with painting people who have done terrible things, men in particular, who have done terrible things to women in a good light? I don't get it.
Another problem with this whole thing of aesthetics is that you always like want to be the different person.
Of course.
You always want to be the different person.
Because social currency.
Because social currency.
Yeah.
Because groupthink.
So
basically the concept of groupthink is when you go along with like the normal
what's happening,
whatever everyone thinks, you'll just go with that. So I think because
she wants to be different.
She wants to be different, all in the name of being different, all in the name of avoiding those
never mind like the lived experiences of people. Never mind the violence that she is perpetrating in saying these things. We're gonna talk about, let's talk about it. When are we gonna talk about like women who are co-opted in patriarchy and are actually the gatekeepers?
That's a very burning issue
of allowing this patriarchy to grow. Like for me, it's not even patriarchy. I believe, I think it's misogyny. Like you hate women and you don't care about the safety of women. You are putting women in compromising situations. If you think about like another thing that Badu did a couple of years ago was they were speaking about a school that decided to elongate the skirts of the children, of the girls at school. So we're talking about high school. And they were saying that basically the girls wearing shorter skirts, or the skirts getting shorter, is distracting to male teachers. So that was the reasoning behind it. That dude decided to put her 5 cents. She decided to put her 10 cents. And she was on some, blah, 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 blah. Teach men to respect women, but teach your girls that, you know what, they need to, when they get to a certain age, men are going to react to them in a certain way. Like, she really put a lot of emphasis on teaching your girls, teach your girls. And
nothing is ever like done about the men situation.
But what she said was that they need, if it was her school, she would make sure that all the girls, the girls when they reach childbearing age, the length of their skirts need to be elongated. That's what she said. But my thing with childbearing age, somebody can be of
childbearing age, dude.
That
You're
can be
of childbearing
anytime.
age when you start your period.
Exactly.
I started my period at like 12 years old. So you're telling me you find a 12-year-old sexually attractive?
That's what she's saying. My baby sister is 13, right? And she is of childbearing age.
You're telling me you find a 13-year-old sexually attractive
to a point where you are policing 13-year-old girls.
Exactly.
And we're talking about teachers versus students. And like, that's just something that for me is wild. Like Badu, a lot of people, and especially I find this very prominent in men in particular, are very selective about what they want to be woke about.
Yeah, true.
And my thing is, we all know the history of black oppression. We all know the history of just like how bad black people have had it for so long. We know that we need to actively do things to dismantle oppressive systems, right? We all know that. And that's what they constantly are reiterating, constantly championing for. But when it comes to the lives of black women and black children and black queers, amnesia. Wokeness iphelile.
Yeah, true.
The capacity of wokeness is finished. Because for me, it's like, how can you understand the need to dismantle institutional violence, institutional oppression, and advance like black people and advance more marginalized people? But you don't look at
I don't
black
understand.
Women of that caliber. You don't think black women should benefit from that. You don't think we should be protecting.
But how are we going to advance as like a people
if the
like,
women
in its
are
entirety,
not
when the women are
who
still
at the bottom of the
at
hierarchy,
the bottom of the social hierarchy? How are we supposed to advance as a
doesn't
people?
make sense.
It doesn't make.
It doesn't make sense. And I find that's kind of the thing with these a lot of these pro-black woke, fake broke, wow, fake woke people.
I think for some women, like being in a patriarchal society, they've just like internalized this whole sexism thing.
Definitely.
So they view men as superior to them. So I don't know, they don't do anything to like try eradicate that, try break that down.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't even know what they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't even know what they don't know. But one of the things that I find, one of the reasons why I find that is because we are taught, I don't know, or this is a narrative that it's a myth and it's going around and people actually buy into it, and that's why we internalize patriarchy. The idea that men are inherently a certain way. So inherently, women are supposed to be in the kitchen, supposed to be taking care of the kids, are supposed to be, the man is the head of a house because inherently that's his role.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. There's no such thing as in nature. By nature, inherently, there is no such thing. This is not even just about Badu herself, but about people who are like her. She is a representation of people who do these things. So maybe let's think of it in that way as opposed to her herself. Like, personally, Badu, you, Sateka, when. We're speaking about people who are like you, people who think like you, people who you represent. A lot of people are now coming out and they're saying, well, let's cancel Badu. Some people have actually cancelled Badu. Just like how they've cancelled R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, all those people. And my thing is like, why not? I just want to know, like...
I think in terms of cancellation culture, the main question that needs to be asked is, does your love for the arts outweigh the political compatibility with the artist? So by that I mean, do you love the art that much? Like, even though the artist's views and values are like completely different from yours, do you still continue to support those people?
Can we separate the art?
Can you separate the art from the artist?
Okay, here's what I think, ne? I think cancellation culture is good when it is towards people who have been reprimanded, have been told over and over again. Like, for example, R. Kelly, this is a constant build-up. A lot of people have been coming up against R. Kelly. People even protested and stuff like that. And it's a whole build-up. People give you an opportunity. And people keep correcting you but you continue. And Badu, that's what she does. Yeah. That's what she does.
She shows no remorse for her actions.
No remorse at all.
She's not sorry. And we're not saying she should be sorry because those are her views.
Yeah. But... do you recognize, even if you don't find something to be a problem, do you see how it is problematic? You know what I mean? You don't personally have to find it as a problem in order for it to be problematic. Some things just are problematic, guys. Yeah. Like, on a serious note. And my thing is like, okay, sharp. Now, Badu has been given so many chances. A lot of people have she knows this. And she mocks. Like, she mocks people. when she supports these people. I remember with the Kanye thing, she was mocking us.
Yeah, to her we just like bitter and stuff.
Yeah, we're bitter, we're angry, we all want to have group mentality. You know, she's trying to be an individual. And that's where I say, okay, cancel that person. Because at which point are we going to allow this person to continue perpetuate? She is an influencer.
Yeah.
She influences people. There are people who are looking up to her.
Exactly.
Who maybe don't have the same academic education that we have, or a lot of other people have, who actually think that is correct, and that is dangerous. I personally find that dangerous,
and I feel like there's a lot of problematic celebrities.
Yeah,
like we should actually stop that, because in supporting these people, you're actually putting money into their pockets, and money equals power. So in having power, you are basically continuing to perpetuate those same ideals that are considered problematic.
You're allowing them to keep capitalizing off of their problematic ways. And my thing is like, at which point, what does she have to do in order for people to wake up and be like, we're done with you? What does somebody have to do before people wake up and say, you know what, we're done with this? Because for me, how many people did R. Kelly rape? And there are still people who are fighting for him. Yeah. What does R. Kelly need to do in order for you to cancel him? People like, I want to know why we're not canceling Chris Brown. You know, why? Is it because he embodies a certain type of aesthetic? Chris Brown is a woman beater, but we remember the scandal that happened recently with the girl who said that he raped her, and then found out that she was lying. So my thing is, okay, so Chris Brown is not a rapist, but he does beat women. And we know it was a public scandal. So my thing is, why are we not canceling him?
I think
he stalked Karuchi after they broke up.
I think for a lot of people, like the main reason for forgiving him about that whole Rihanna scandal is because he actually publicly came out and apologized.
Oh, and apologized. Okay, true.
Yeah,
okay,
but what about the other times? What about the other incidents?
Yeah, what about those other incidents? Those violent incidents?
Exactly. Like, what do we do about that?
Exactly. Like, so why?
In terms of cancellation culture, I'm not sure how it works.
I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but I'm putting up a prayer right now for R. I hope he sees the light of day. If he's done all those things that we've seen on TV and heard those ladies talk about,
20 years ago.
I hope he sees the light of day and comes forward.
No, Erykah. No.
What y'all say? Fuck him.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
That's not love.
Fuck him.
That's not unconditional love.
No, Erykah.
But what if one of the people that was
What?
What is going on?
What if one of the people that was assaulted by R. Kelly grows up to be an offender? We gonna crucify them? I mean, how do we do this?
No, this isn't happening, right?
It's just something to think about.
Erykah Badu has proven to be a very controversial figure of our time. Do you think we can separate the artist from the art, or do you think her views are too problematic to continue supporting her music? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you in our next video. Thanks for watching.